A super gratifying end to the season. Mike Petraglia inside Paycor Stadium following a 31-14 Bengals win over the Cleveland Browns, giving the Bengals, yes, a winning record, 9-8, for a third straight year under head coach Zac Taylor. It also means that the entire AFC North finishes with a winning record. That's a first in the NFL since 1935, that all teams in a single division finish above 500. Quite the accomplishment. Of course, the unfortunate part of that for the Bengals is they are the only one of the four teams not headed to the postseason. Of course, the Ravens won the division. The Cleveland Browns already in before today's game with the Bengals. They finish 11-6. They're off to Houston to take on the AFC South champion Houston Texans next week. By the way, Browns are already installed, as a 2.5 to 3 point favorite, depending on the bookmaker that you might look up. The Browns are favorites on the road in the wild card game. And, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they finish with a winning record. They will be a wild card participant. They finish at 10-7. Well, for the Bengals here on Sunday afternoon, it was really about milestones. Joe Mixon got his. He got to 1,000 yards for the fourth time in his 7-year NFL career. Perhaps it's the final game, final season in a Bengal uniform. We'll have to wait and see how the offseason unfolds. But Joe Mixon did finish with 14 carries, 111 yards, 1,034 for the season. Here this afternoon, the Bengals running back picked up a running touchdown, the first touchdown of the day, and the second touchdown of the day, he caught a 6-yard touchdown pass from Jake Browning. Jake Browning had 3 touchdown passes on the day, 1 to Joe Mixon and 2 to rookie Andre Yoshivas, who said it was a super gratifying way to end the season. He certainly made his impact felt here for the Bengals, who did not, of course, dress T. Higgins in this game. Has T. Higgins played his final game in a Bengal uniform? That would have been last week in Kansas City. Of course, we'll have to wait and see how the offseason unfolds. Did Tyler Boyd walk off the Paycor Stadium field for the final time as a Bengal? Again, we'll have to wait and see. After the game, he said, I have no idea what the future holds, but I know it's been a great run here in Cincinnati, if this was it. Now, while Tyler Boyd was talking, Jake Browning with a class move. He interrupted what Tyler Boyd was saying, or at the end of one of the questions from the media. And he said, I just want to take time out to thank this guy for what he's meant to me and the rest of the locker room in his time here in Cincinnati. Jake Browning in his press conference said that Tyler Boyd came up to him after the Pittsburgh game when he threw 3 interceptions and said, we all have bad games. Just brush it off. Move on to the next game. Don't worry about it. You're a great quarterback. And that is the kind of leadership that Tyler Boyd has shown over the years here in Cincinnati, and that was something that Jake Browning wanted to take time during Tyler Boyd's scrum with the reporters here after the game on Sunday to point out. So that was really one of the moments that stood out here after the game on Sunday afternoon. What about Ted Karras? He had some nice words for teammate Jonah Williams. Will he be a teammate for long? Again, we'll have to wait and see how free agency turns out, but it was Ted Karras saying here on Sunday he thinks the way Jonah Williams has played at right tackle has put him at the top of the tackle class in free agency. Ted Karras also said, we want to make sure that we don't have this kind of season ever again. We're going to work hard in the offseason and make sure this failure, is what he called this season, doesn't happen again. Zac Taylor, he loved the way the team finished the season. I asked him after the game, is that the kind of game you wanted to see the team go out on? And he said, absolutely. From really all phases of the game, we played strong. We wanted to finish strong. But before taking another question, he said, I also want to thank the fans, 65,000 strong here on Sunday afternoon, for turning out in not great conditions. It was cold. He looked up midway through the game, saw the upper deck. It was pretty full, and he said, I don't even know if I would have turned out on a game like today to take in this NFL contest. But he said, I want to make sure that the fans know we are going to give them championship-level football in 2024 next season. Well, that'll be a wrap here for the 2024 Cincinnati Bengals. They finish off the season 9-8. They beat the Cleveland Browns by a score of 31-14. to 14, and now it's on to the offseason. It's on to roster building, free agency, the draft. We'll have you covered on clnscincy.com, of course. Follow me on Twitter and X at Trags, Trags. And, of course, as always, my YouTube page, youtube.com/@JungleRoarPod. The final again, the Bengals 31 and the Browns 14. Inside Paycor Stadium, Mike Petraglia, CLNS Media.